people, but we're good for now. You're all seated here. You came early, so you found a good place. But if any of you would like to use the balcony, you're most welcome to do so. And the format for today's program, we're going to follow a similar schedule to Sunday Feast. So which means for the next 30 to 40 minutes, we'll be having a special presentation, which will be facilitated by His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami. And there's also going to be a special arati for, as you can see, a little temple we have here for Sita Ram, Hanuman, and Lakshman. So that's going to be happening at about 7 p.m. to 7:10. And we will conclude with some announcements, and prasadam will be served between 7:15 to 7:30 p.m. And we'll have time until 8 p.m., which will be the last arati and darshan for the day, which will be between 8 to 8:30 p.m. So that's the schedule for today. Without further ado, would like to introduce our speaker and presenter for today, His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami. Can we join in giving a big round of applause to welcome Bhakti Marg Swami? I'll take a quick moment to introduce Bhakti Marg Swami. He's obviously not a new person here. We've seen Maharaj for many decades serving in our Toronto community. But for those of you who may not know Bhakti Marg Maharaj, he's also known as the walking monk. He was introduced to the Bhakti tradition by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He is famously known for his lively and rocking musical meditation. You would have just witnessed it some time back with Kirtan. And he also does live community theater production. He's a director, script writer, and he loves connecting with people whenever he goes on his adventurous walks. And so far, he's completed more than 4 times walking coast to coast across Canada, and he extensively travels in South America as well. And after a break, after a while, we are having His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami at the Toronto Temple. So we're very grateful, Maharaj, that you could be here with us this evening. Thank you so much. And yes, please welcome Maharaj once again. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. I'm choosing to stand here and walk around and pace a little bit today because of our little special thing that was mentioned. So, Keshavadrita Rama Sharira Jaya Jagadish Hare. We take shelter of Ramachandra. He's one of the prime incarnations or avatars in our tradition. I'll start off by, first of all, offering respects to our Guru Maharaj. You know, Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutare Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tanamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. Jai. So we will try to... yesterday I went for a walk in Rosedale, in that area, and there was a little basketball court there. There was a couple of young guys, a few actually, maybe a dozen or so, you know, doing their best to strike, to score, and they were doing pretty good. Right next to them, there was a man, hey, Hare Krishna, you know, sitting on the park bench, and I just kind of acknowledged him, thank you, and he said it again, Hare Krishna. And he went to the boys who were at the basketball court, said, this is Hare Krishna, they're peaceful people, they give the best food, you should go try out their food sometime. Okay, so I went to him and I just said, okay, it's really Hari Rama, because just around the corner is the appearance day of Sri Ramachandra, and he's one of the great avatars. Everybody knows that term, avatar. We've heard it many times before, right? And somebody stole it from us. Okay, I'm just going to take a verse from the 9th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. The story of Ram is there in a synopsis form. And if you really want to get into the details of Ramachandra's pastimes, then you can look to Valmiki Ramayana. Valmiki is the person who actually scripted or got all the, got scribed the stories, the pastimes of Ramachandra, which are actually glorious. But in a synopsis form, we find it in the Bhagavatam. And this is the 9th canto, chapter 10, the pastimes of Lord Ramachandra. And I'm just going to choose 2 or 3 verses to speak from. And we're not going to take so much time because we have a short drama to present to you today. It's a special treat. Okay, so text 13. After reaching the beach, Lord Ramachandra fasted for 3 days, awaiting the arrival of the ocean personified. When the ocean did not come, the Lord exhibited his pastimes of anger. And simply by his glancing over the ocean, all the living entities within it, including the crocodiles and sharks, were agitated by fear. Then the personified ocean fearfully approached Lord Ramachandra, taking all paraphernalia to worship him. Following at the Lord's lotus feet, the personified ocean spoke as follows. And here we go. This is the main verse. O all-pervading Supreme Person, we are dull-minded and did not understand who you are. But now we understand that you are the Supreme Person, the Master of the entire universe, the unchanging and original personality of Godhead. The demigods are infatuated with the mode of goodness, the Prajapatis with the mode of passion, and the Lord of ghosts with the mode of ignorance. But you are the master of all these qualities. Hare Krishna. So a little bit on the background of this. As you know, Ravan, who represents, he's the epitome of evil, he had kidnapped the consort of Ramachandra and took her to his land of monopoly, Sri Lanka. And so to do that, he had this mystical conveyance, and with it he could fly in the air. And so it just happened that when Ram had gained allies, such as Hanuman, Angad, an army of monkeys, as well as a bear by the name of Jambavan, and a few, like a vulture, Sampati, and others, they attempted to help. They felt sorry for Ram, and they wanted to assist in rescuing Sita. So the attempt was made. They went south in India and to a place called Rameshwara. Did anybody ever go there before? I did. Did you get wet? Okay, you go and they, with your clothes on and everything, and then you go in the ocean. You should. That's what I did. And I spent a long time there because it's such a sacred place. When Ram and his army reached the ocean, it was impassable for them, at least for a time. They expected that the ocean, the Samudra, would cooperate with them, but he didn't. And there's a couple of stories about how the ocean was impudent and stubborn and not cooperating whatsoever. The story that Prabhupada tells of the sparrow who lost her eggs to the ocean. A wave came and like a minor tsunami, I guess, and took her eggs, you know, a nest of eggs, and she was furious. And she threatened the ocean, bring back my eggs or else. Or else what? Or else I'll dry you up. So the ocean was very stubborn and obstinate, just started to scream with laughter. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. And the sparrow started drinking, pecking away, and he laughed even louder. Then Garuda, the great eagle bird, the supporter of Vishnu, he actually flew, and he was hearing all this commotion down below, and he thought, I'll investigate. So he landed on the sand at the edge of the ocean. He said, what's wrong, Sister Bird, here? She said, the ocean has taken my eggs, and I demand to have them back, and the ocean is not cooperating. So I'm just trying, I threaten him. I'm going to dry him up. So Garuda, who's always in helpful mode, is like a superhero. He just stood there, stout and strong, and he, with his wing, pointed out to the ocean, you bring back those eggs or I'll dry you up. and the ocean in the mood of, oops, okay, here you go, brought back the eggs, and the sparrow, what really telling a story of determination, then was satisfied. So determination gets you to places. Here's another story of where the Indian Ocean didn't, let's say, cooperate with Ram. Ram was simply asking, we need to cross, and the ocean was not cooperating. Ram got really angry. Anger is justified in many cases. Krishna was angry with Arjuna when Arjuna was not acting appropriately, or his mindset was not proper. And so Krishna more or less said, that's how Prabhupada puts it, you were fool number one. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also got angry when his associate Nityananda was abused physically by two, let's say, upstarts, Jagai and Madai. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very angry, and he released his divine weapon. But Nityananda, who's very kind, said, no, let's not go that route. Let's not get violent. I mean, after all, you've come here. You're a patita pavana. You're a peacemaker, peacekeeper. So let's not be violent, and so like that. And then also, we hear the story of how Hanuman, everybody knows Hanuman, he also demonstrated heroism, and he was extremely angry that Ravana had taken away Sita. So in the mood of Hanuman, everyone was trying to help to rescue Sita. The interesting thing about the Ramayana, much like the Mahabharata, the other epic that is so dear to us, everything centers around the abuse of a fine woman. In this case, it was Sita. And in the Mahabharata, it was the case of Draupadi being dishonored. And that's what basically started the war. You know, something has to tick people off. Something has to get everything. Somebody has to trigger, and people have to take hits too. And the hits should be with the villains. In this case, it's Ravana. He was not a nice guy. He was just not a nice guy. That's all. He was a Brahminical person, but his Brahmanism was misdirected. You know, so his domain was in Sri Lanka, as you know. Anybody ever been there in the, let's say, exotic land of, well, that's pretty good. I've been invited a few times, but haven't made it there just yet. Hey, maybe I'll swim. Maybe we'll walk on a causeway over the sea. That's how the monkey army actually got across. They made their way over to the ocean, and just with the help of Ram, the ocean in the end cooperated, and everything was fine and dandy. So once again, Krishna, who in many incarnations and forms and avatars always is there to help people. He's especially there to help the soft-hearted folks. And in chapter 4 of the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord actually explains that. He actually says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkritam dharma sanstapanarataya sambhavami yuge yuge. Chapter 4 tells why Krishna comes to the world, and he comes here to help those people who have some pious qualities. Then for those who are not so pious, he subdues them. He said, hush, shush, shush. You know, sometimes he even gives them moksha. He's very kind. And then the last reason for his coming into this world is to establish Dharma. Now that peace has been established, he says, let's keep the peace, and let's do it by people just following their Dharma, which means to follow your natural, psycho-physical nature, right? So that's very important. And so when it comes to the Ramayana, the story of Ram and the story of Krishna, you can tie these stories of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata together. For instance, right in the beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna comes in, Krishna's the chariot driver, and there's the Kapidwaj, the flag of Hanuman, that decorates the chariot of Arjuna. So there's this connection. Sita, by the way, Janak is her father, a very pious king, and he's also mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita as somebody that we can follow, a role model. And there's other references. In the chapter 4, again, if I could refer to that, Krishna says, the knowledge that I first imparted to the sun god long ago was then transmitted to the sun god, from the sun god to the Manu, the father of mankind, and then Manu to Ikshvaku. And Ikshvaku was one of those pious kings, once again, who appeared in the Raghu dynasty. That's the dynasty of Ram. Okay, so these two personalities that we chant so much about, Krishna and Ram, are very dear to us. And of all the leelas or pastimes of the different avatars, I think there's a lot of parallels there, and they're very sweet and they're very charming. And we can learn about them. And chapter 17 from text number 16, there's some key hints as to what you do about a troubled mind. Does anybody here have a troubled mind from time to time? Anybody? The mind is stormy. How about all the time? Most of the time, just to be on the safe side. So that's very true. So what do you do about that? Fill it. The mind loves to take impressions. It loves to absorb, take data in, and it can be good or bad. So Prabhupada offers in this purport a suggestion what you can do about the unstable mind. Fill it up with beautiful stories, beautiful pastimes of Rama and Krishna and so on. Stories from the Mahabharata and the Rama and the Puranas. A lot of ancient stories are there. Stories about heroism and how to overcome difficulties. After all, we're human, so we have a lot of problems. We're struggling all the time. Prakriti, Stani, Karisati. That's explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Everyone's struggling with the 6 senses, including the mind, right? Mind is a real troublemaker. I wish we could do something. I want to strangle it sometimes, so, but that's one way that we can overcome these problems, okay, by filling our minds and our hearts with these leelas, these pastimes. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to just move on to the next part of the program. So I have written a book called The Saffron Path, and it's about the walks that I did across Canada, the US, and other places, where we're coming out with a new one on some of the poetry we've written, and it's called Poems 1. So there will be part 2, 3, 4, hopefully. And one of those poems, I thought, why don't we enact it? Why don't we just act it out? So we got the idea the other day. I'm here in Canada. I just came from South Africa, and Mauritius, and India. I thought, here I'm in my home base. I want to offer something nice to Ram and to the Ram Bhaktas here. So I just mentioned to some of our young folks here, and they said, yeah, I'm on board, okay? So that's it. We're going to give credits to those who are in the play. No special sound effects, except for what I might put on the microphone. I'm going to sit right about where you are, Prabhu. So I'm sorry about that, but okay. And then we will do a new presentation. It's fresh, hot off the press, okay? And if I, Hare Krishna. I'll just gather my goodies here, and I was supposed to give some gifts out here. Maybe, yeah, sure. Some gifts. Okay, tell me which place was Ram born? You all said it at the same time. I can't divide this picture here. Okay. Who lives near Ayodhya or came from nearby Ayodhya? Okay, I'm just going to be generous. I'll make it easy for you. Okay. What was the name of Sita's father? Janaka. Okay, I think it. Did you say it? You? Oh, you did. I'm lousy at this. Okay. And how many words do we find in the Mahamantra? Okay, 16. I was thinking about 3 different. What? 3. Sorry. Hare Krishna. 3. They're repeated. When we say Hari Ram, it actually also indicates Sri Ramachandra. Okay? Great. Let's see. What's another one now? Okay. What's the, how many heads did so-and-so have? 10. Okay. We're talking about Ravana. Hare Krishna. That's an easy one. We didn't want to make it too complicated for you. Okay, great. So we'll get you to applause soon. I'll just need my book. My book. Okay. We'll give credits at the end. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. And I'll just sit right here. And I'll need a little stand, a short stand, if that's okay. A stand. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we are. Where's the mic? Haribol. So our entertainers are just getting themselves ready. Entertainers, hello, yes. Okay. Everyone's dressed like, French actors, avant-garde. Okay, so here we've got, the poem is called Ram, and with your applause, the entertainers will come forward. Jai, Sri Ramachandra Ki. We're asking people to refrain from getting back there. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Ram possesses all the qualities of a superhero. Royal traits of ultimate prince, monarch, or pharaoh. Reverent to all, eager to help and listen, with a service attitude, acting on what's given. His build is admirable, countenance grave. Tasks he tackles, meant only for the brave. He never moves suddenly at a reckless whim. No wonder his father, the emperor, adores him. Ram is a heartthrob for many a woman. He also has a striking brother with the name Lakshman. Of all ladies, lovely Sita won Ram in a tournament. These three leave an indelible mark, a footprint, literally so, on a forest floor at Chitrakoot. In a fateful exile, they meet an ogress, not cute. Smitten with desire, the ogress solicits Ram. He declares loyalty, not yielding to this love bomb. This invokes a fury in the lustful jungle lady, who attacks Sita, for all she does is shady. Lakshman draws his dagger, making a clean cut. Off comes nose and ears, disfiguring her somewhat. The wounded ogress flees to gain retaliation. 14,000 aggressive ogres assail, adding aggravation. Ram single-handedly put their lives to completion. The ogress reaches her cannibal king Ravana to petition. In revenge, this 10-headed villain uses trickery and hoax. A mystic becomes a golden deer who goes to coax fair Sita away from the guard of her husband. Ravan's plot triumphs, stealing Sita, Ram's diamond. To Isle Lanka he flies with captive Sita by his side. Devastated is Ram, with his love companion denied. A vulture, a bear, a monkey offer solace. As allies, they pledge to regain the goddess. Battles are conflicts to avoid, if possible, when negotiations fail with the bridges not crossable. Speaking of bridges, Monkey Hanuman cleared the ocean. With one leap to Lanka on the strength of devotion. Crossing a new causeway, now the means to go, is a Simeon army wielding weapons. For Ram, it's a bow. A clash between mean man and monkey is a fierce fight. Casualties are plenty, as all exhibit such might. The turning point, a fatal arrow hits Ravana's navel. The only bodily location Ram finds unstable. The 10-headed fiend's legion is completely defeated. But what now of Sita? Has her life been depleted? All this while, it appears Sita's in captivity, in a grove of Ashoka trees devoid of festivity. Surprisingly, the goddess in despair is a mere phantom, putting a twist to the story interesting to fathom. When Sita was abducted, she prayed to the fire god. He gave her protection. For this we must applaud. Then an illusory Sita was suddenly manifest. The joke was on Ravan, who thought he had the best. But then we wonder, did Ram too get tricked? The drama plays out, so emotions can be gripped. Ram, Sita, Lakshman, and a 14-year ordeal. Hanuman joins. They return home to Ayodhya to reveal more divine and sweet pastimes of a mystical kind. Tales of Ram are for a happy heart and happy mind. The end. Thank you. We would like to bring on the devotees who put out the technical stuff here. Chakleshwara Das on the lights and arrangements. Thank you. And makeup artist Unnati and Kushi. And we also like to thank Krishna Kala, came all the way from Hamilton. Here are the actors. Nityananda, Anubhav, Abhishek, Neeraj, Jasmine, and Arpan. Srila Prabhupada ki. Thank you so much. Sri Ramachandra ki. Hare Krishna.
Once again, can we show a big round of appreciation for Bhakti Marg Swami and his crew? Thank you, Maharaj, for a live production of your play on this occasion of Ram Navami. And thanks to all these wonderful crew members as well. We'll move to the next part of the program. We'll be having a special arati for our beloved deities here, Sita, Ramchandra, Hanuman, and Lakshman. And the arati will be led by Shubhavilas Prabhu. Before heading to arati, we just have a few quick announcements, and then after the arati, we'll be serving prasadam. I'm not sure how many of you might be aware. There's a temple in Trinidad. The ISKCON Trinidad temple was attacked some time ago in the last day or so, and there were some devotees who have been injured in this accident, and especially a devotee named Devendra Nuja Prabhu, who's a disciple of Prabhupada. So we request everyone to make a special prayer for the devotees of Trinidad and the temple, which was attacked recently. So we're going to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra thrice while we wait to gather more information on what's happened. But at this point, we request all of you to please join us in making a special prayer. So Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all again. This is for the devotees at Trinidad, and we're hoping that things settle down and it's back to normal as it was earlier. We'd also like to take a quick moment to thank a number of sponsors for today's festivities and the feast which will be served shortly. We have Riya Jain, her parents, Vaibhav and Kanika Jain, who have sponsored on behalf of the birth of Riya. She was born on January 12th, but they would like to take this occasion of Ram Navami to sponsor for their daughter. And we have Abhijit Prabhu, Tina Sapra, late Kundalata Devidasi, Rakesh Kumar, Chirag Godani, and Narhari Prabhu, who have all collectively sponsored for today's festivities and the feast. So for all of them, we're going to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra thrice again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you all. We'll now, yes, we can all slide forward as well if you are all comfortable. Yes. Yes, we can move forward. We'll be having the arati. While we all move forward, are there any first-time visitors to our temple? Newcomers? Quick show of hands. Not too many. Oh, we have quite a few there. Okay. Welcome to our temple. We have few devotees who would be happy to give you a temple tour. Arpan Prabhu, can you please come forward? So Arpan Prabhu, who was part of the play, he would be happy to give you a tour of the temple. And we have some newcomers there. So please meet Arpan Prabhu, who will be here after the arati. Thank you, Arpan Prabhu.
विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमति भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Now, today we are celebrating Ram Navami. And as you all know, Lord Ram has come in Ayodhya. So we are going to chant for Lord Ramji, and he can hear in Ayodhya, such a way. Okay, everybody. Shri Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 Ram, Siya 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 Ram, Jai Jai Ram. राम सिया राम जय जय राम। 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 जय शिला प्रभुपाद। Happy Ram Navami to every one of you.
Thank you all. Shri Shri Ram Navami ki. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki. Thank you all so much for being here this evening on the occasion of Ram Navami. We'll be serving the prasad soon, but we would like to take a moment to thank the cooks for today, Radhika Raman Prabhu, Sadhana Bhakti Mataji and their team. It's a weekday, but they've taken the time and efforts to be here and cook for all of you. Would like to remind you that our regular weekly program is the Sunday Feast, which happens every Sunday evening from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. We're having this program today on the occasion of Ram Navami. So we expect and we hope to see all of you on the upcoming Sunday for our Sunday Feast program. Thank you all so much. The next program will be Prashadam, and then the doors will open at 8 p.m. for the last Aarti of the day. And we are happy to have Ajamal Prabhu with us, who will be leading the 8 p.m. Kirtan. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna. A reminder, if there are any newcomers to the temple, we have Arpit Prabhu, who will be standing in the center of the temple hall. He'll be happy to show you around, or if you have any questions, you would like to get involved with temple program, please speak to Arpan Prabhu. Once again, for those of you visiting the temple for the first time, feel free to be in touch with Arpan Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. We have lots of prasadam. If you are interested to take at home, please go ahead. We are Hanuman Pu is giving checkout box. Hare Krishna.